in 1947. Jackson to John doing the honors of catching. All right, Mr. Revolve, let it go, Tom. Let's see what you got. All right, and a great frame job on the pitch there by Jackson to John. I'm calling it a strike. All right, there you go. Batting first out of Hamilton, number 14, your left fielder, Philip Bernstein. Batting second, number 7, playing shortstop out of St. Bonaventure, Brandon Myers.
Is that where you're from?
He's my year too.
Batting third, number 27, defensive, or I should say designated hitter out of Hamilton, Brady Slinger. Batting fourth, number 22, first baseman out of UC Davis, Ben Griffin. Batting fifth, number 20, catcher out of St. Anselm, Mike Borelli. Batting sixth, right fielder out of Iona, Nick Forney. Batting seventh, number 38, third baseman out of Holy Cross, Thomas Latham. Batting eighth, number 26, second baseman out of Gordon, Dalton Cody. Batting ninth, number 23, extra hitter out of Stevens, Tom James. Batting 10th, number 15, center fielder out of Cornell, Lachlan Charles. And starting on the bump, number 17, out of New York University, John Gessler, your Geneva Red Wings.
You go home after the games, being that it's so close?
What?
You go home after the games? Is that good?
It's like 40 minutes.
Yeah, it's not bad.
It's not too
You just
bad.
stop by 96 or you get on the freeway.
I usually take back roads and at night. Sometimes I'll go to 96, so it's easier. Even when I do take back roads, I still hit 96.
At this time, we'd like to ask if you can, please rise, focus your attention on the flag located in center field as we throw a big old birthday party for the greatest country on the planet, the United States of America. Then we honor the men and women of the United States Armed Forces with the playing of the American National Anthem. Happy birthday, America.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to tonight's Perfect Game Collegiate Baseball League matchup here at historic McDonough Park in Geneva, New York. Visiting Auburn Doubledays here, of course, facing the Geneva Red Wings. It's Little League night here in McDonough Park. Tons of teams from across New York State and even into New Jersey have showed up here. For first pitch tonight, we had a member of the first Little League World Series throw out first pitch here at McDonough Park. Beautiful night for baseball here. 71 degrees, cloudy. We'll be right back. So we're about to be underway here. Some defensive notables for the Red Wings as they take the field first here in the top of the first inning. On the mound tonight for the Red Wings, their starter, number 17, John Gassler, native of Pittsford, New York. John's attending New York University. Behind the plate, number 20, catcher Mike Borelli, number 20. Mike from Salisbury, Massachusetts, a junior at St. Anselm College. And there's the shoot, and we're underway here. So leading off for the Doubledays as we're underway here at McDonough Park, number 8 designated hitter Logan Manson. So here's the first pitch from John Gassler. And it's in there for a strike. First pitch strike, always a good sign. You always want to see that as a pitcher, of course. Off to a good start right off the bat. So here's the 0-1. Swing, popped up high, in play. Over at first, Ben Griffin makes the grab out there in foul ground for the first out here. The top of the first. So number 30 for the Doubledays, shortstop Griffin O'Farrell steps into the right side of the box. That Logan Matson foul flyout has one out here in the top of the first for the Red Wings. Here's the 0-0. Fastball just off the plate, misses there, makes the count 1-0. So 1 ball, no strikes, 1 out. Here's the 1-0. Hits the low zone there for his strike. Strike looked at, makes the count 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, top of the first. One's all around. We're underway at McDonough Park. That pitch is looked at outside the zone. Counts 2-1. So 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. No one on base, top of the first. And here comes the 2-1. That fastball misses outside the zone. And that makes the count 3-1. 3 balls, 1 strike to count with 1 away. Top of the first, of course, tied 0-0 as we're underway. And that ball's outside. So Griffin O'Farrell makes his way over to first with a 1-out walk here.
33, extra hitter, Brian Norson.
Number 33, extra hitter tonight for the Doubledays, Brian Norson. Brian Norson, a native of Hamburg, New York, a junior at St. John Fisher College in Rochester. So Griffin O'Farrell on first with 1 out. Up now, Brian Norson steps into the right side of the box. John looks, here's the pitch. Fastball outside, misses the zone, makes the count 1-0. So 1 ball, no strikes. Runner on first, 1 out. That one just hits the plate for a strike. Makes the count 1-1. Evens up there. Folks, there's quite a crowd here at McDonough Park tonight on this fine Saturday evening. Plenty of Little Leaguers from all across the Finger Lakes region. Waterloo, Geneva, Seneca Falls, Clyde, Savannah, and that ball swung on. Throw by Mike Borelli. Not held on there by second baseman Dalton Cody, so Griffin O'Farrell makes his way over to second safely. That was swung at, though, and missed, so that makes the count 1-2. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Runner on second, still the top of the first. John steps off the mound, recollects himself. Yep, Clyde, Savannah, Auburn, even all the way from Delran, New Jersey. We have some Little Leaguers here. Runner on second, John looks, and here's the 1-2. Swung on, hit hard out into center field. There's a catch by Lachlan. Throw over to third. Not in time, so Griffin O'Farrell tags up from second and makes it over to third safely on the tag. There are 2 away.
First baseman, Matt Livingston.
So stepping into the left side of the box, first baseman for the Doubledays, number 39, Matt Livingston. From Whitensville, Massachusetts, a junior at Siena College. Matt has a runner in scoring position on third with Griffin O'Farrell reaching over there. 2 outs, top of the first. Score still remains 0-0. As John Gassler still trying to get out of this top half. Here's the 0-0. Good breaking ball gets in there for a strike. And John's ahead on Matt Livingston. 0-1. No balls, 1 strike, 2 outs, runner on third. Here's the 0-1 from Gassler. Breaking ball swung on, fouled out of play. John Gassler looking for his first strikeout of the day. Of course, with the large crowds, hopefully they don't pick up on this microphone. If they do, we apologize in advance. Here's the 0-2. In there, looked at for the first strikeout of the day. Third strike at the top of the first. So no runs, no hits, no errors. We're on to the bottom of the first. Score still tied 0-0. We'll be right back. So here we are in the bottom of the first. Leading off for the Red Wings tonight, number 14, left fielder Phil Bernstein. On the mound for the Doubledays, starting for them, number 1, Eddie Rivez. Here's the 0-0. That ball's inside. Misses the plate. 1-0's the count. Here's the 1-0. Fastball hits the low corner there for a strike. Makes the count 1-1. So 1-1 strike for Phil Bernstein. Here comes. Another batter low. One time misses the zone. Makes the count 2-1. So 2 balls, 1 strike. No outs for Phil Bernstein here in the bottom of the first. That one's looked at off the plate. Counts now 3-1. Three balls, 1 strike. Swing. That ball's hard run to left field. Lands fair. Down the line onto the left field wall. Third rounds first is Miller at second safely, so a stand-up double for Phil Bernstein to start off the offense tonight for the Red Wings. So Phil with that one opposite field down the left field line makes it to second standing. So no outs here. Bottom of the first, up now number 7 shortstop Brandon Myers. Here's the 0-0. Ball caught a little high, right up above the lettering on Phil's jersey, or Brenda's jersey, excuse me. So the count's 1-0. One ball, no strikes, no outs. Runner on second and Phil Bernstein from Brendan Myers. Swing missed on that fastball. Makes the count even now at 1-1. One ball, one strike, no outs. Brendan and Phil, of course, flip-flop between first and second in the batting order. Swing, that ball's hit out into right center field. Right fielder grabs it out there. And Phil tags from second, and he makes his way over to third, safely standing. So up to bat now, stepping into the left side of the box, designated hitter, number 27, Brady Slinger. Brady, runner in scoring position now with one out, bottom of the first. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss for Brady. Foul tipped, I should say, for the first pitch strike. Of course, these two teams were supposed to play last night, but due to inclement weather, that game was postponed. There will be a doubleheader on Monday. More information forthcoming. Here's the 0-1. Swing. Another foul tip by Brady Slinger. And that makes the count 0-2 now. So no balls, two strikes, one out for Brady Slinger. Phil Bernstein over there on third. Here's the 0-2. Swing, popped up in the infield. So caught over there by the second baseman. So that makes two outs now. So up to bat now with two outs. First baseman number 22, Benjamin Griffin. He looks at a first pitch ball low in the zone in the dirt. 1-0 the count. Yep, score still remains 0-0 with two outs, bottom of the first. Phil Bernstein over there on third. He had a double and then advanced. Swing, hard hit ball out into center field, out high. Center fielder tracks it down for the third out of the inning. So runner stranded there by the Red Wings. No runs, one hit, no errors. Score still remains 0-0 as we're on to the second here at McDonough Park. We will be right back. So on to the second here at McDonough Park. Score still remains 0-0 as Auburn comes back up to bat.
Number 2, third baseman Pierce Hendershot.
So leading off the second inning for the Doubledays, number 2, third baseman Pierce Hendershot, native of Barton, New York, a junior at St. Bonaventure University. Here's the 0-0 from John Gassler. That's one swung on, high out into center field. Lachlan tracks it down and makes the catch out there in center for the first out in the top of the second.
Number 23, second baseman Noah Campanelli.
So quick first out there for John Gassler. And up to bat now, number 23, Noah Campanelli. Noah at second base tonight. With one out. Here's the 0-0 from John Gassler. That pitch hits the plate for a first pitch strike to Noah Campanelli. So Noah's down 0-1 here quickly. No balls, one strike, one quick out here, top of the second. Here's the 0-1. Breaking ball hits the zone there. Two quick strikes here from John Gassler to Noah Campanelli. John Gassler, of course, looking for his second strikeout of the day. He has one in the first. Great opportunity for a second one here. Of course, Noah, a pretty decent hitter. Coming into this game, Noah Campanelli's batting average, 170 on the season so far. That ball was swung at, fouled out of play. Count still remains 0-2. So still pitching for the Red Wings, number 17, John Gassler, as that ball misses. And Eddie Rivas on the bump for the Doubledays. John Gassler up on Noah Campanelli. 1-2 is the count with one out. No one on base here in the top of the second. Here's the 1-2. That fastball misses the zone high. Good stop there by catcher Mike Borelli. And that evens up the count now at 2-2. So two quick first strikes, then a foul ball, and then two straight balls as the count 2-2. Here's the 2-2. Breaking ball misses the plate outside. So the count's full now at 3-2. Three balls, two strikes. One out for Noah Campanelli. John Gassler still looking for his strikeout number 2. Here's the 3-2. Swung on, fouled out of play. Good battle here by the Doubledays second baseman. Count still remains 3-2 after that foul ball. Three balls, two strikes, one out. John Gassler, swing. That ball's hit softly out into center field. Lachlan makes the catch out there for the second out. Great running catch. Lachlan had some ground to make out there in center. So up to bat now, number 12, Tyler Adel from Los Angeles, California, junior at Bates College. Steps into the right side of the box with two outs here in the top of the second inning. Here's the 0-0 from John Gassler. Good breaking ball. Hits the middle of the plate there. Makes the count 0-1. So no balls, one strike, two outs here at the top of the second. Here's the 0-1. Fastball swung on. Foul just out of play. Assistant coach / ball boy, Zach Crane. Of course, the Red Wings bat boy, John Capozzi, not here tonight. Sure, certainly a presence in the Red Wings dugout that surely missed tonight. So no balls, 2 strikes, the count with 2 away. Here comes the 0-2. Breaking ball swung on. Right to shortstop, Brendan Myers for the 3rd out. So no runs, no hits, no errors. No one left on base for the Doubledays. On to the bottom of the 2nd we go. Score still remains 0-0. We will be right back. So on to the bottom of the 2nd we go. Leading off for the Red Wings, catcher number 20, Mike Borelli. Mike swings through, foul tip. First pitch strike there from Eddie Rivas. Coming to this game as Mike looks at another ball there. Makes the count 1-1. Mike Borelli coming in this game hitting an average of .241. So he looks at another ball there in the dirt. Makes the count 2-1 now. Mike ahead of Eddie Rivas. So 2 balls, 1 strike to Mike Borelli. No out. Here's the 2-1. Fastball. This misses the low corner there. Makes the count 3-1 now. 3 balls, 1 strike. Here comes the 3-1. Fastball looked at. Mike thought it was low. So did some of the fans here at McDonough Park. But that makes the count full now at 3-2. And here it comes. Swing. Fouled. Right at the visitor dugout. That foul ball makes the count still remains 3-2. Three balls, 2 strikes. No outs. Here's the pitch. Swung. That ball's hit right towards left field. Gets past the third baseman out there. So Mike Borelli has a full count hit. So up to bat now for the Red Wings. Right fielder number 5, Nick Forney. As he swings at a first pitch, right off the pitcher. That ball's hit right at the third baseman, but that throw brought the second baseman off the bag. So there are runners at first and second. So that was ruled an infield hit for Nick Forney. So there are runners on first and second now with no outs. Up to bat now, third baseman, number 38, Tom Latham, as he swings at the first pitch. That ball's fouled lightly. First baseman couldn't quite hold on to it. So that foul ball makes the count 0-1 here to Tom Latham. No balls, one strike, no outs, runners on first and second here. Bottom of the second inning, score still tied 0-0. Here's the 0-0. 0-1, excuse me. That one's also fouled back. That makes the count 0-2 now. So no balls, two strikes, no outs. Eddie Rivas looking for his second strikeout of the day. Here's the 0-2. And that ball is looked at low, says home plate umpire. Makes the count 1-2. One ball, two strikes to count. Mike Borelli on second. Nick Forney over there on first. Here's the 1-2. Swung on. That ball snagged off the ground by the pitcher. Great behind the back play there by the pitcher Eddie Rivas. So that was quite a play there off the mound by Eddie Rivas. Gets Tom Latham at first, but the rest of the runners do advance safely. So with one out, runners on second and third, up to bat number 26, second baseman Dalton Cody, as he swings through a first pitch strike. Makes the count 0-1 here to Dalton. Coming into this game, Dalton Cody has a net batting average of 167. As that ball is in the dirt, looked at for a ball, 1-1 to count. So Mike Borelli on third, Nick Forney on second over there. So two runners in scoring position. Nick's certainly fast enough to reach on a single. One ball, one strike, one out. Two runners on for Dalton Cody, the second baseman for the Red Wings tonight. He swings. That ball's popped up foul out of play. So that makes the count 1-2. Great opportunity for Dalton Cody here to open up the scoring in this game. Score still remains 0-0 as we're into the bottom of the second. One out, two runners on, second and third. Here's a 1-2. Swing. Another one fouled back right off the press box. So one ball, two strikes. Time called by the batter, Dalton. Red Wings already left one runner on back in the first inning. Phil Bernstein was at third. So two base runners on now in scoring position. Count still remains 1-2. Here it comes. Swing. That ball's grounded right to the shortstop. Couldn't handle it. So Dalton Cody makes it to first. And Mike Borelli comes home to score. That makes the score 1-0 Geneva here in the bottom of the second. Up to bat now, number 23, Tom James. So Dalton Cody reaches first on an error on the shortstop. Nick Forney, of course, couldn't advance. That ball was hit right in front of him. But Mike Borelli does come home to score on that error. So one out. That ball's fouled back by Tom James. Tom, the extra hitter tonight for the Red Wings. So the 1 out, runners on first and second. That foul ball makes the count 0-1. No balls, 1 strike, 1 out to Tom James. Nick Forney on second. Dalton Cody on first. Here comes the 0-1. Tom swings through and misses on that one. Makes the count 0-2. Folks, of course, we do apologize if the sun is blocking out some of the view over left field. Clouds are starting to part. And that sun is quite bright here on this Saturday evening. Here's the 0-2 to Tom James. He swings. That ball's hard hit out to right field. Right in the gap between right and center. So Nick Forney coming around to score. And here comes Dalton Cody across safely. So a stand-up double, 2 RBI there for Tom James. Has the score 3-0 now in the bottom of the second with 1 away. That ball was roped out to right center field, right in the gap by Tom James. Scores the runners from first and second. Up to bat now, Tom James on second. Number 15, Lachlan Charles. He swings. That ball is grounded softly to short. And Lachlan just out over there at first. The runner does advance to third, however.
Number 4.
So top of the order for the Red Wings, number 14, Phil Bernstein. Steps in with 2 outs here, bottom of the second. Tom James over there on third. Here's the 0-0. That ball's low, misses the zone for a first pitch ball. So 1 ball, no strikes. Here's the 1-0. He swings. That one's fouled away. Out of play. So that foul ball evens up the count now at 1-1. Tom James, of course, one of the stronger guys on this team. Looking to break out in a big way. He's over there on third. Here's Phil Bernstein, 1-1. That pitch is looked at for a ball. Makes the count 2-1 now. Of course, folks, PGCBL baseball, one of the top summer college leagues in the nation. Here's the 2-1. Phil swings. That one's fouled away, out of play. 2-2 here for Phil Bernstein. All these players on the PGCBL rosters, all college, high-level athletes from D3 all the way up to D1. And these players showcasing their talents for some bigger endeavors. Here's the 2-2. That ball swung on, grounded over to short. Throw to first. In time for the third out. So 3 runs, 3 hits, 1 error. 4 hits, 1 error, excuse me. So on to the third we are here at McDonough Park, leading off for the Doubledays. Number 7, Dimitri Kanalakis. Here's the 0-0. John misses there in his first pitch of the third, makes the count 1-0. So, folks, a big second inning there for the Red Wings. 3 runs on 3 hits. 1 error has them up over Auburn as we enter the third. 3-0's the score. And here's the 1-0 to Dimitri. He looks at another ball that misses the zone there, makes the count 2-0. Well, Mike Borelli, of course, reached on an error, and Tom James with that 2 RBI double has them up 3-0 over Auburn. Here's the 2-0. Another ball there by John Gassler, and he's quickly down to Dimitri Kanalakis. 3-0 is the count. So 3 balls, no strikes, no outs as we're into the top of the third. Here comes the 3-0. All right, looked at there by Dimitri. Makes the count 3-1. So 3 balls, 1 strike to count, no outs. Here's the 3-1. Swung, broken bat. Hard play for Tom Latham, and he reaches safely. So an infield single. Dimitri sped down first baseline, made it there just in time. That's a tough barrier to play by Tom Latham. Just couldn't quite get it over there first in time. So up to bat now. Catcher for the Doubledays, number 19, Austin Davison. So a broken bat infield single has Dimitri Kanalakis on first for Austin Davison. Austin, a native of Park City, Utah, sophomore at Trinity University in Texas. Here's the 0-0. Looked at, just misses the high corner. So the count's 1-0 here. So here's the 1-0. Swung on, missed. Evens up the count on 1-1. Folks, you could argue that if that bat hadn't broke, that ball might have reached Tom Latham earlier. You could have had a easier time getting it over there first, but that's a tough play for any third baseman to make. Of course, maybe not some of the top-level major league guys, but that's what these guys are hoping to become one day. Here's a throw over to first, not in time. Austin Davison coming into this game with a 167 batting average. Here's the 1-0. Swung on, missed. Makes the count 1-2. Apologies. Scoreboard operator seems to be a little bit behind tonight. So 2 swing and misses has the count 1-2 for Austin Davison. Dimitri over there on first. He goes, calling a rundown, and tagged out at second by shortstop Brandon Myers for the first out here in the top of the third. Great throw. Great instincts there by John Gassler. As Dimitri Kanalakis is caught in a rundown between first and second for the first out here in the top of the third.
Nice call, Mike. Nice call.
So count still remains 1-2 with 1 out now. No runners on base here, top of the third. Here's the 1-2. Swung and missed. Strikeout number 2 for John Gassler. And that's the second out here in the top of the third.
Number 10, right fielder, Sam Del Colo.
So right fielder, number 10 for the Doubledays, Sam Del Colo, steps in. Sam, a junior at St. Peter's University. No runners on base, 2 outs here. Here's the 0-0. Swung, fouled out of play over the home pavilion down the first base side. That foul ball makes the count 0-1 now. No balls, 1 strike from John Gassler. Here's the 0-1. That ball's hit right up the middle out into center field. So Sam Docolo finds himself on first with a 2-out hit here in the top of the third. Second hit of the day for the Doubledays.
Designated hitter, Logan Manson.
So top of the order now for the Doubledays with a runner on first with 2 outs. Number 8, designated hitter Logan Madsen. Logan flew out to the first baseman, his first at bat of the day. So Sam Docolo on first. Here's the 0-0. Pitch in there for a strike looked at by Logan Madsen. Makes the count 0-1. No balls, 1 strike, 2 outs the count. Sam Docolo on first. Swung and missed. The second strike there. Logan Madsen quickly down now, 0-2. John Gassler looking for strikeout number 3 of the day. So no balls, 2 strikes. Runner on first with 2 outs. Top of the third. Runner goes. Breaking ball called. So no throw there by Mike Borelli. He thought that was a strikeout. So Sam Docolo makes it to second safely. So 1 ball, 2 strikes to count with a runner on second. Here's the pitch. Swung on, fouled out of play. Top of the third, still 2 outs. Runner on second. Geneva with a lead over Auburn. The score is 3-0. That can change here, of course. Runner on second. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count with 2 outs. Here's the pitch from John Gassler. Breaking ball, foul tipped. Couldn't be caught by Mike Borelli, though. So it's a foul ball. Another foul ball from Logan Madsen. Still has him in this fight. Count still remains 1-2 with Sam Docolo on second. So 1 ball, 2 strikes to count. One and two. Swing and a miss. Strikeout number 3 for John Gassler. That's the third out there in the top of the third. So no runs, 1 hit, no errors. Geneva still leads Auburn 3-0 as we're on to the bottom of the third. We'll be right back. So leading off for the Red Wings here in the bottom of the third inning, number 7 shortstop Brandon Myers. Brandon flew out to right field in the first inning. He looks at a strike there. 0-1 the count. First pitch strike there by Eddie Rivez. Here's the 0-1. Swung. That ball's hit softly out to second, and it's caught there for the first out of the inning.
Number
So with one quick out here in the bottom of the third. Up to bat now, number 27, the DH for the Red Wings, Brady Slinger. Here's the 0-0. Swing. That ball's hit softly to second. Throw to first in time for the second out. So two quick outs here, bottom of the third. Up to bat now, number 22, Benjamin Griffin. So Ben Griffin, first baseman, number 22, steps into the right side of the box with two quick outs here, bottom of the third. Geneva still over Auburn 3-0. Here's the 0-0. Fastball low in the dirt, misses there for a first pitch ball. Makes the count 1-0. So one ball, no strikes from Eddie Rivez. Breaking ball outside of the zone there, peels away from him. Misses the zone for a ball. 2-0 the count, 2 balls, no strikes. Eddie, a fast delivery for a pitcher, something the Red Wings aren't quite used to. Here's the 2-0. That breaking ball couldn't quite get into the zone. Misses there for Ben. 3-0 the count. 3 balls, no strikes, 2 outs. Ben swings on 3-0.
Yeah, come on.
Tough play for the shortstop. And he's safe. He makes it there safely. So an infield hit for Ben Griffin as he stands on first and 2 outs. Up to bat, catcher number 20, Mike Borelli. Mike singled and then came across to score back there in the second. Came across to score on that error on Dalton Cody. So it'll be an unearned run for Eddie Rivez. Here's the 0-0. Mike looks at a low ball there. Good flick of the wrist there by Austin Davison. Tries to get it back up in the strike zone, but ump wouldn't bite. Makes the count 1-0. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Fastball high. Ben Griffin into second safely. Stolen base there for Ben Griffin. And he finds himself on second with 2 outs here. Mike Borelli has the count 2-0.
Come on, Mike.
Somewhat of a delayed steal there for Ben Griffin. Here's the 2-0. Swing. That ball's hit right to short. Throw to first in time for the third out. So the stolen base doesn't come to pass. Runner left on second, Ben Griffin. So 3 quick outs. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. As we are on to the fourth here. We'll be right back. So up to bat now, number 30, shortstop Griffin O'Farrell. He walked back in the first inning. Here's the 0-0 from John Gassler. That fastball just outside the plate, misses the zone there for a first pitch ball. So 1 ball, no strikes, the count. Here's the 1-0 from Gassler. That ball hits the zone there for a strike, makes the count 1-1. Here's the 1-1. Breaking ball gets him looking. And that even makes the count 1-2 now. So 1 ball, 2 strikes from John Gassler. 1-2. That ball really inside, almost hits Griffin there. Evens up the count now at 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes. No outs to count. No runners on base here in the top of the 4th inning. Geneva still leading Auburn 3-0. And here's the 2-2 from John. That ball's outside. Griffin just holds his swing. Makes the count full now at 3-2. So full count pitch. No runners on, no outs here, top of the 4th. Here's the 3-2. Breaking ball swung on awkwardly. Brandon Myers trying to get out there. Makes the catch out in shallow center. And that's the first out here in the top of the 4th.
Number 33, extra hitter, Brian Norson.
So number 33, extra hitter, Brian Norson, steps up to bat. Brian flew out to center in his first at-bat back in the first inning. No balls, no strikes to count to Brian. No runners on, 1 out, top of the 4th. Breaking ball couldn't quite get down enough. Makes the count 1-0. One ball, no strike to count. One ball, 1 strike. Strike looking there. That ball's in the dirt, misses there. So 2-1 the count. 1 out here for Brian Norson. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Swing. That ball's hit to short. Throw over to first by Brandon. Caught over there by Ben Griffin for the second out. So 2 outs here.
Number 39, first baseman, Matt Livingston.
So Matt Livingston, the first baseman for the Doubledays, steps up now. 2 outs, no one on base. Matt struck out looking back there in the first. So 0 for 1 for Matt Livingston. No balls, no strikes. Here's the 0-0. Swing. Lined right to Ben Griffin first. Steps on the bag himself for the 3rd out there in the top of the 4th. So no runs, no hits, no errors. Score still remains 3-0 Geneva. We'll be right back. So leading off for the Red Wings, number 5, right fielder Nick Forney. As he looks at a first pitch breaking ball for a ball. Makes the count 1-0. Nick looks at another ball there, makes the count 2-0. Nick, of course, hit a single back in the second and came around to score in that inning. He was a part of Tom James's RBI double. Here's the 2-0. Fastball hits the zone there for a strike. Nick looks at that one, makes the count 2-1. Two balls, one strike to count. Here it comes. Swing. That ball's hit high out to left field. Center fielder makes the catch out there in left center for the first out in the bottom of the fourth inning for the Red Wings. Up to bat now, number 38, third baseman Tom Latham, as he makes his way to home plate. So Tom Latham up to bat with one out. He was victim of a great backhanded play off the mound by Eddie Rivez back in the second. Here's the 0-0. Breaking ball hits the zone there for a first pitch strike by Eddie. Here's the 0-1. Tom swings through and misses on that one. And he misses for a strike. No balls, 2 strikes, the count with 1 out for Tom Latham. No one on base here, bottom of the fourth. Tom swings. That ball's hard hit out to right. Caught out there by the right fielder. That was a great catch out there in right. So a great catch out in right. And there's a swing by Dalton Cody. Shallow center called for by the center fielder as he makes the grab out there for the third out. So no runs, no hits, no errors. Score still remains Geneva 3, Auburn nothing. We're on to the fifth. We'll be right back. All right, on to the fifth here. Leading off for the Doubledays, number 2, third baseman Pierce Hendershot. Pierce flew out to center back in the second inning. There's a first pitch ball by John Gassler. So a 1-0 count to Pierce as he leads off for the Doubledays in the top of the fifth. Here's the 1-0. Swing, fouled out of play over the first base pavilion. That evens up the count at 1-1. Folks, I don't think that sun's been any bright as it is right now. Here's the 1-1. Swing and a miss there by Pierce Hendershot. Too late on that fastball. And that's the count on 1-2. John Gassler looking for strikeout number 4 of the day. Here's a 1-2. Foul tipped. Not caught there by Mike Borelli. So that's a foul ball. Yeah. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, the count. No outs here for Pierce Hendershot as he leads off the top of the fifth. Geneva still leads Auburn 3-0. Here is the 1-2. That pitch just misses the zone low, makes the count 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes, the count. John takes his time on the mound. So 2 balls, 2 strikes to Pierce Hendershot. Here's the 2-2 from Gassler. Breaking ball just inside, misses the plate. Full count now, 3-2. So 3 balls, 2 strikes, the count to Pierce Hendershot. Here's the 3-2. Fastball misses the plate outside. So Pierce Hendershot makes his way to first with a no-out walk.
Number 23, second baseman, Noah Campanelli.
So number 23, second baseman Noah Campanelli makes his way over to the right side of the batter's box. So a no-out walk to start the fifth. And there's a runner on first with no outs here for Noah Campanelli. Tron looks over at first. Lefty advantage. Here's the 0-0. That breaking ball just couldn't quite break enough. Misses the zone high for a first pitch ball. One ball, no strikes. That fastball misses low, makes the count 2-0. Noah flew out to center back in the second inning. Two balls, no strikes. Here's the pitch. That ball couldn't quite break back inside. Makes the count 3-0. 3 balls, no strikes from John Gassler. The lights are on here at McDonough Park. Of course, as some of you know, we had an issue with that the other day. Here's the 3-0. In there for a strike, looked at by Noah Campanelli. Makes the count 3-1. Of course, back there on Thursday, the Red Wings were host of Jamestown. They had to pause that game in the bottom of the fourth inning because the lights on the left field side wouldn't turn on. Okay, 3-1. Pitch looked at for a strike. Noah thought that was a ball. He threw his bat back to the dugout. So that makes the count full now, 3-2. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Runner on first with no out here in the top of the 5th. Here's the 3-2. Swung on, fouled, out of play. Three balls, 2 strikes. Still remains the count after that foul ball. The double play ball is in order here with no outs, runner on first. Here's the 3-2. And that fastball misses high outside. 2 straight walks here to start the 5th for John Gassler.
Number 12, left fielder, Tyler Adel.
Tyler Attal, number 12, is next up to bat. Out steps pitching coach, assistant coach, I should say, Zach Crane.
Your attention, little leaguers.
So runners on first and second here with no outs. Tyler Attal, number 12, up to bat. Tyler lined to the shortstop last time he was up, back in the second inning. No balls, no strikes. Here's the 0-0. Swung on, popped up high out to center field. Strong throw by Lachlan keeps the runner at second. So 1 out, runners on first and second here. So with 1 out here in the top of the 5th, Geneva still leads Auburn 3-0.
Number 7, center fielder, Dimitri Kanalakis.
As number 7, center fielder Dimitri Kanalakis steps in. So the runner still on first and second with 1 out. Number 7, Dimitri Kanalakis up to bat. Steps into the right side of the box. Here's the 0-0. Good breaking ball. Hits the plate there for a first pitch strike. So Pierce Hendershot on second. Noah Campanelli over there on first after 2 straight walks. A fly out from Tyler Attal has the 1 out here in the top of the 5th. No balls, 1 strike to count. Here's the 0-1 from John. That fastball hits the outside corner there for another looked at strike. Has the count 0-2 now. So no balls, 2 strikes, 1 out for Dimitri Kanalakis. Here's the 0-2. That breaking ball couldn't quite get back in time. Hits the outside part of the plate for a ball. 1-2 the count. One ball, 2 strikes the count. 1 out. Runners on first and second. Here's the 1-2. That ball swung at, fouled away. So that foul ball still keeps the count at 1-2. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. John Gassler looking for strikeout number 4. Here's the 1-2. Swung on, another one fouled away, out of play. That one's way out of the way, over near the skate park, outside of the first base side of McDonough Park. So another foul ball has the count 1-2. One ball, two strikes, one out from John Gassler. Here's the pitch. That fastball couldn't quite get back inside. Hits the outside part of the plate, 2-2. Appears to be some activity out in the Red Wings bullpen. Two balls, two strikes to count. One out from John Gassler. Here's the 2-2. Breaking ball swung on, foul. Good snag over there by the Doubledays head coach, Ben Julian. So another foul ball still has the count 2-2. Two balls, two strikes, one out, runners on first and second. John Gassler trying to get out of this inning. Time called by the batter. Appears the Red Wings have another left-hander working in the bullpen. From here, it looks like Nick Searce, number 34, but of course, bullpen's on the other side of the park. Here's the 2-2. Breaking ball swung on, lined out into left field. Runner goes across third. Runner was sent. Runner was sent. Tom Latham, the relay from third to Mike Borelli at home, gets the tag. Ben Julian, head coach for the Doubledays, has a word with the home plate umpire. Of course, in PGCBL, no replay. So we have to go by what the umpires call on the field.
19, catcher, Austin Davison.
So Dimitri Kanellakis with a single. Of course, no RBI there as Mike Borelli's tagged out. Mike Borelli tags out Pierce Hendershot. So runners still on first and second with two outs now for Austin Davison, the catcher for the Doubledays. Here's the 0-0. That fastball is low and below the zone, 1-0 the count. First pitch ball there to Austin Davison. Noah Campanelli on second. Dimitri Kanellakis on first. Here's the 1-0. That fastball couldn't quite get back in time. 2-0 the count. Two straight balls looked at for by Austin Davison. Has the count 2-0. Two balls, no strikes. Two outs, runners on first and second. So while we're only in the fifth here, I'm sure John Gassler's pitch count is getting up there. Of course, I don't have a count here with me, but 2-0. Runner goes. That ball's hit out into right field. Nick Forney tracking it down, and he makes the catch out there. So no runs, one hit, no errors. Geneva gets out of the inning unscathed. We're on to the bottom of the fifth here. Geneva still leads Auburn 3-0. We'll be right back. So we're on the bottom of the fifth here. And folks, during that half of the fifth inning, we had the Little Leaguers that came here tonight run around the morning track out in the outfield. So some of them are still on the field there. We're waiting for them to all get off. We appear to be all set. So we're on to the bottom of the fifth, leading off for the Red Wings. Extra hitter, number 23, Tom James. Here's the 0-0 to him. That ball's high. Out of the zone, 1-0. Tom, of course, that big 2 RBI single back in the second. That extended Geneva's lead 3-0 over Auburn. That lead still remains here as the Red Wings are trying to add on. Here's a 1-0. Swing and a miss. Foul tipped there, I should say. Foul tip makes the count 1-1. One ball, one strike. Tom James trying to be 2 for 2 today. So he swings through and misses on that one. So the count's 1-2 now. Here's the 1-2 to Tom James. Fastball called outside. He looks there for a strikeout. First out of the inning. Tom James goes down looking at a strike.
Number 15.
So number 15, center fielder Lachlan Charles steps up to bat. Lachlan looks at a first pitch ball in the dirt. 1-0 the count. Here's the 1-0. That ball called just high out of the zone. Misses the plate there. 2-0 the count. And folks, that sun is just starting to set now. So in a few minutes or so, the sun will no longer be an issue. 2-0 the count. Lachlan swings through and misses. A little late on that fastball. 2-1 the count. Two balls, one strike for Lachlan Charles. Here's the 2-1. As Lachlan swings through on that high fastball and misses. 2-2 the count. So 2 straight balls and then two straight swing and misses by Lachlan Charles as the count even now at 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. No one on base here. Bottom of the fifth, Geneva still over Auburn 3-0. As that ball is high, almost near Lachlan's helmet. And the count's full now at 3-2. Three balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. That ball's low. Lachlan makes his way over to first with a 1-out walk. So up to bat now, top of the order, number 14, left fielder Phil Bernstein. Here's the 0-0. Phil looks at a ball outside the high corner, misses. 1-0 the count. It's 1 out. Lachlan Charles over there on first. Here's the 1-0 to Phil. And swung on, fouled, out of play. First hit of the ball game. He had a double back there in the first, and then grounded out to third in the second. So it took him 2 whole innings to get back up into the batter's box. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, 1 base runner. Lachlan Charles over there on first base. One's all around here. Lachlan goes. Phil swings through, and Lachlan makes it into second safely for a stolen base. That's Laughlin's third stolen base of the year. Phil did swing through on that pitch, so the count's now 1-2. Phil trying to become 2-3 on the night. Laughlin Charles on second. Eddie Rivas looks at him and steps off the mound, looks at him. Checks Laughlin at second. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Still the bottom of the fifth. Here's the 1-2. That ball's inside. Called a ball there by home plate umpire. 2-2 the count. Two balls, 2 strikes, 1 out for Phil Bernstein. Of course, Phil up to bat, 2-2. Lachlan Charles out at second. He walked and then stole second from Eddie Rivas. Eddie looks at Lachlan. Here's the 2-2. Swing. That ball's lined out into left field. Lachlan Charles being sent home by Dan Munn. And Lachlan crosses home safely. So Phil Bernstein, an RBI single here in the bottom of the fifth. So Phil Bernstein with an RBI single with 1 out here in the bottom of the fifth. Geneva now leads Auburn 4-0 as shortstop number 7, Brandon Myers, steps up to bat with a runner on first. Here's the 0-0. Brendan looks at a first pitch ball low out of the zone, 1-0 the count. Brendan flew out to right field and then lined to the second baseman. So he's 0 for 2 on the night so far. He's up in the count, 1-0 to Eddie Rivas, though. Throw back. Phil makes it back to first in time. First baseman didn't even throw a tag on Phil. Phil goes. Brendan swings through. That ball's foul. Over. Didn't quite get over third base, so it's a foul ball. And Phil Bernstein heads back to first. So that foul ball makes the count 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Runner on first and Phil Bernstein for Brandon Myers. Here's the 1-1. That ball just misses the low corner outside for a ball. Makes the count 2-1. Appears to be... And folks, that does look like Nick Sersch out there in the bullpen. I'm sure he's coming in next. 2-1. A fastball outside. And Phil makes it back safely after that throw over to first by Austin Davison. So the count now 3-1 to Brandon Myers. Like I said, Brandon trying to get out of this 0-2 line for him tonight. 3 balls, 1 strike. Here's the 3-1. That ball's low in the dirt. Gets past catcher Austin Davison. As Phil makes it to second safely anyway. So a 1-out walk there by Brandon Myers has runners on first and second. With Brady Slinger, DH number 27, up to bat. Folks, it appears we are going to have a pitching change. Yes, we are. Eddie Rivas is done for the night. In to relieve here in the bottom of the fifth, number 28, Carson Gerhardy. Gerhardy, as Eddie Rivas is done after 5 innings of work. So while Carson gets ready here in the bottom of the fifth, we are going to take a little break. We'll be right back. So while Carson Gerhardy gets ready here in the bottom of the fifth, a little recap for you. The Red Wings scored 3 runs back in the second on a Mike Borelli crossed home plate on an error. And Tom James, he hit a 2 RBI double. And then right now in the bottom of the fifth, Philip Bernstein had an RBI single. And he's now on second with Brendan Myers on first after a 1-out walk. So up to bat now, number 27, DH Brady Slinger. And like I said, number 28, Carson Gerhardy out of Piedmont, California, a junior at Trinity University. Oh, there's a hit out to right center field by Brady Slinger. Being sent home is Phil Bernstein. In time at third is Brandon Myers. So first to third goes him. Philip Bernstein safe at home. And another RBI single for the Red Wings. That's Brady Slinger, increasing the lead to 5-0 Geneva here in the bottom of the fifth. So first pitch swinging ambush style is Brady Slinger as he sends Philip Bernstein safely across home and Brandon Myers to third. So runners on the corners here for number 22, first baseman Ben Griffin with 1 out, bottom of the fifth. Red Wings can certainly do some more damage here if they wanted. Breaking ball in the zone there for a first pitch strike. Ben Griffin, he flew out to center in the first and then hit a single back in the third inning. Up to bat now, 1-2 is his line for the night. And here's the 0-1. Another breaking ball hits the low corner there as Ben looks at that pitch, makes the count 0-2. So no balls, 2 strikes, 1 out here for Ben Griffin. Here's the 0-2. Brady Slinger goes. As that ball misses the plate outside. That ball's called outside. And Brady Slinger makes it to second and after a stolen base. No throw even by Austin Davison. So the count's 1-2 to Ben Griffin with runners in second and third. Here's the 1-2. He swings. That ball's hit high out into right field into the home bullpen. And that lands foul. So the count still remains 1-2. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Ben Griffin trying to extend Geneva's lead here. They're over Auburn 5-0. Still in the bottom of the fifth inning. Here's a 1-2. Ben foul tips that ball back behind home plate.
Come on, Juice.
Count still remains 1-2. So Brandon Myers on third, Brady Slinger on second, and Ben Griffin trying to do a job here for the Red Wings. Here's the 1-2. He swings and misses that one, misses low, and that's the second out here. First strikeout for Carson Gerhardy. And up to bat now, catcher number 20, Mike Borelli. So up to bat, like I said, Mike Borelli, he hit a single back in the second inning, and then he grounded out to third. Here's the 0-0. Mike swings on a breaking ball inside. He pulls it to the visitor dugout, and the count's 0-1 now. Folks, the sun has set out there behind left field, so the lights are on. A cool 68 degrees. A great night here in McDonough Park in Geneva, New York. 0-1. As Mike swings, that one's popped up high. Not enough room for Austin Davison. That one lands out of play. Of course, all the Little Leaguers excited for the foul ball. Naturally, of course, any little kid would be surely excited to get a foul ball from one of these college players. Of course, we're celebrating Little Leaguers here tonight at McDonough Park. Little Leaguers will have a chance to sign autographs from the Red Wings. Here's the 0-2. That ball's low in the dirt, misses the zone. 1-2 for Mike Borelli. One ball, two strike to count. Brendan Meyer still on third. Philip Bernstein on second. 2 outs here. Time called by the batter, Mike Borelli. Here's the 1-2. As that curveball curves right out of the zone inside. 2-2 the count.
Come on, Mike.
Two balls, two strikes, 2 outs to the catcher, Mike Borelli. Here it comes. He swings. That's softly hit over to short. Throw to first in time for the third out. So 2 runs on 2 hits, no errors. And the Red Wings lead the Doubledays 5-0. We're through 5 here at McDonough Park. On to the 6th we go. We'll be right back. So we're on to the 6th here at McDonough Park. Leading off for the Doubledays, number 10, right fielder Sam Del Colo. Sam singled his last at bat. First pitch ball by John Gassler as he heads back out to the mound here to start the 6th. So 1 ball, no strikes to count. No one on base here to start the top of the 6th. That fastball misses the plate. Makes the count 2-0 now. Two balls, no strikes. Sam Del Colo, he was left on base after his single. Here's the 2-0. Sam appears to have gone. Either it was a called strike or Sam went around. Not quite sure, but the count's 2-1 now. Two balls, 1 strike. Breaking ball hits the low corner there for another strike by John Gassler. And that's a 2-2 count now. That's another ball there. Of course, John's still looking for strikeout number 4 for him on the day. He's had some pretty great defense behind him. Three and 2. That ball's hit high out into right field. Foul, of course, out of play. So far, totals for John Gassler. He lets up 3 hits, 3 walks, and 3 strikeouts for John Gassler. Through 5 total innings of work. Count still full after that foul ball. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Here comes a 3-2. That breaking ball just misses high outside. And so Sam Del Colo makes his way with a no-out walk. So Logan Matson steps in. Number 8, Logan Matson, I should say. DH for the Doubledays. So Sam Del Colo, no-out walk, has him over there on first for Logan Matson. Logan flew out to first and then struck out swinging back in the third. Here's the 0-0. That fastball misses high. Couldn't quite get it down enough by John Gassler. So that's another first pitch ball. And that's the count 1-0. One ball, no strikes to count. Sam Del Colo on first. Double play ball is in order here with no outs. 1-0. Swing, fouled back behind home plate. Evens up the count at 1-1. One ball, 1 strike to count. Runner on first. He throws back to first. Ball gets away from Ben Griffin. That's out into the home bullpen. That ball became out of play as soon as it entered the home bullpen. So they're going to bring Sam Del Colo back to second as that ball was called out of play as soon as it entered the home bullpen. So that throwing error by John Gassler is the first error for the Red Wings tonight. 1-1 the count. Fastball high, misses the zone. Counts 2-1 now. So 2 balls, 1 strike, no outs. Runner on second for the Doubledays. Logan Matson, of course, still up to bat, 2-1. He looks at a strike there. 2-2 is the count now, evens up by John Gassler. Two balls, 2 strikes, no outs. Top of the 6th here. Geneva still over Auburn 5-0. Here's the 2-2. He swung and missed.
Come on now.
That's strikeout number 4 for John Gassler.
Number 30, shortstop, Griffin O'Farrell.
So strikeout number 4 for John Gassler. It appears that'll be it for him. I'm sure his pitch count was getting pretty high. Head coach Dan Munn out to the mound. So John's night is done after that. So relieving for the Red Wings here in the top of the 6th, number 34, left-hander out of Alfred State, Nick Searce. We'll be right back. So the final line here for John Gassler as he exits here in the top of the sixth. John made it through 5.1 innings of work. He faced 21 batters, let up 3 hits, 4 walks, and 4 strikeouts. So John Gassler at 92 pitches as he exits the game here as Nick Surse still warms up on the mound. We'll be right back. So we're back underway here at the top of the sixth. Griffin O'Farrell leads off against Nick Surse anyway. Swing and a miss. First pitch strike there. So a runner still on second in Sam Del Colo. 0-1 count here from Griffin O'Farrell. Here's the 0-1. That fastball gets in the low corner there. 0-2 by Nick Surse. Nick Surse, a left-hander out of Alfred State, native of Irondequoit, New York. So no balls, 2 strikes. Swung on. That ball's to short. Brendan Myers, long throw. Not in time. So an infield single there by Griffin O'Farrell has runners on the corners here. So Brian Norson, number 33, the extra hitter tonight for the Doubledays. Runners on the corners with 1 out. Brian flew out to center and then grounded out to third in the first and fourth innings, respectively. Nick Surse trying to get the Red Wings out of here with 1 out. 0-0. Runner goes. No throw by Mike Borelli. Couldn't quite get the ball out of the dirt in time. So now runners on second and third with 1 out. A lot more dangerous situation for the Red Wings. Double play ball really isn't in order here. So there's no force out at second or third. 1 ball, no strikes. That pitch hits the zone just on the outside corner. 1-1's the count now. Folks, I don't know if you can hear over my microphone, but of course, 4th of July weekend. Fireworks are starting to ring around Geneva on this fine Saturday night. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out the count for Brian Norson with runners on second and third. Here comes a 1-1. Breaking ball, swung on, almost caught there. He's safe, says infield umpire. So another infield hit for the Doubledays by Brian Norson. And now the bases are loaded here with 1 out.
Number 39, first baseman, Matt Livingston.
It's never easy to say. It might be a good thing for the bases to be loaded. The Red Wings are up 5 runs to none here in the top of the 6th. But with a runner on first, the double play is back in order here. Fastball misses low. Good stop there by Mike Borelli as the count 1-0. One ball, no strikes. Swing, popped up foul, out of play over the visitor stands here at McDonough Park. Evens up the count now at 1-1. One ball, one strike, one out. Here's the 1-1. Swing, another foul ball. That one's lined right over the visitor dugout. No one was hit. Well, I'm sure everyone's a little bit more awake over there. So 1-2 after those two foul balls. Nick's up on Matt Livingston. One ball, two strikes, one out. Bases still loaded here for the Doubledays. Here's the 1-2. That ball's just called outside. Evens up the count now at 2-2. The Red Wings have certainly found themselves in a precarious situation. Here's the 2-2. Swung on. Grounder to Dalton at second. One at second and throw to first. In time. Gets them out of the inning. So Nick Search comes in relief. Bases loaded. They felt the Doubledays strand 3 runners. So no runs, 2 hits, no errors in the top of the 6th. Auburn Doubledays head coach arguing the call over there at first, it appears.
No runs, 2 hits, no errors, 2 men left on base. 1 error, halfway through 6th, the score, Geneva 5.
Or excuse me, yes.
Auburn 0.
No runs, 2 hits, 1 error. So Geneva gets out of that. We'll be right back. So on to the bottom of the 6th we go. Leading off for the Red Wings here in bottom 6, number 5, right fielder Nick Forney. So, bottom 6, Red Wings still up over Auburn 5-0. Here's the 0-0. That ball's outside, misses the plate there. 1-0 is the count to Nick. Nick hit a single and came around to score in the 2nd inning and then flew out to center in the 4th. As he leads off here in the bottom of the 6th for the Red Wings. Another ball low in the dirt there that time. 2-0 is the count. So the Red Wings get out of a bases-loaded jam back there in the top of the 6th. Keeps Auburn out of the score column. As Nick swings through, pops that one high. Right fielder backtracks and makes a catch out there in right field for the first out. So, Tom Latham now, third baseman for the Red Wings, comes in with 1 out. No one on base, bottom of the 6th. Tom grounded to the pitcher in the 2nd and then flew out to right field in the 4th. That breaking ball just misses the high outside corner for a ball, 1-0. 1 ball, no strikes to count. Here's the 1-0. That breaking ball does get inside the zone there. Evens up the count now at 1-1. That's a good breaking ball by Carson Gerhardy. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, no one on base, bottom of the 6th. Swing. That ball's broken bat. That ball's hit soft to short. And a good stretch there by Matt Livingston. at first for the second out of the inning. So stepping in now. 2 outs, no one on base, bottom of the sixth, number 26, second baseman Dalton Cody. Dalton reached first and came around to score on an error back in the second inning, and then he flew out to center back in the fourth. So like I said, he reached on an error and then came around to score on that RBI double by Tom James. So 1-0 the count. Another one in the dirt there outside for Dalton, and that counts 2-0 now. Two balls, no strikes, 2 outs. That ball called inside. 3-0 the count. Three balls, no strikes. That breaking ball does hit the low zone for a strike looked at by Dalton Cody. And fireworks galore here in Geneva, New York, as Geneva celebrates the birthplace of our nation. 3-1. That ball's high inside. Dalton makes his way over to first with a 2-out walk. So with 2 outs now, runner on first, and Dalton Cody up steps number 23 extra hitter Tom James. That breaking ball misses outside the zone. 1-0 the count. Tom, of course, he hit a RBI double, 2 RBI double, I should say, back in the second, and then he struck out looking in the fifth on a questionable call. Of course, it's not my job to argue with an umpire. That one, another one outside in the dirt, 2-0 the count. So Tom is 1 for 2 on his line tonight. Two balls, no strikes, the count to Tom. Here's a 2-0. Swing, soft grounder, foul down the first base side. So 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs here for Tom James. 2 RBIs already for him on the night. 2 out of the 5 runs scored are from Tom James. Dalton Cody on first. Here's the 2-1. Another breaking ball outside, misses the zone. 3-1's the count. Cool brisk 67 so far in this evening. 3-1 the count. Tom swings. That's a grounder right to the pitcher. Throw to first safely as Tom James is out there at first. A little confusing terminology, my bad. But no runs on no hits.
No runs, no hits,
No errors.
LOB.
We're on to the 7th here. Score still 5-0 Geneva. We'll be right back. All right, folks, top of the 7th. Here we are.
Number 2, third baseman, Pierce Hendershot.
Pierce Hendershot up to bat. He walked back in the 5th and then flew out to center back in the 2nd. Pierce, of course, was tagged out at home on that 7-6-2 relay as he leads off here in the top of the 7th. We just crossed the 2-hour mark on this game as Nick Search starts off the at-bat with a 1-0 ball. 2 hours here, the mark. We're through seven innings in 2 hours. One ball, no strike. That fastball is a little bit low, misses the zone there. 2-0 is the count. Two balls, no strikes. That one misses the zone inside. Nick Searce is down 3-0 now to Pierce Hendershot.
Come on, Nick.
Here's the 3-0. That fastball gets in there for a strike. Looked at by Pierce Hendershot. 3-1 the count. 3 balls, 1 strike. Swung at, missed. 3-2 now, full count now from Nick Searce. Three balls, 2 strikes. That ball's inside, misses there. No out walk for Pierce Hendershot.
Number 23, second baseman, Noah Campanelli.
Number 23, second baseman Noah Campanelli for the Doubledays steps on. So that's the second straight at-bat for a no-out walk by Pierce Hendershot. Noah Campanelli also walked and then flew out to center. Here's a pop-up, foul out of play. These foul balls do send these little leaguers flying around this field. Or the park, I should say, McDonough Park. So Pierce Hendershot on first. Noah Campanelli down 0-1 now from Nick Searce. No balls, 1 strike. Time called. Nick was looking at first base runner Pierce Hendershot. Time called there by Noah Campanelli. Here's the 0-1. Breaking ball gets in the zone there for a strike. Makes the count 0-2 now. No balls, 2 strikes. No outs the count. Here's the 0-2. Fastball swung on and missed. Strikeout for Nick Searce. That's the first out here in the top of the 7th. So up to bat now, number 12, Tyler Attal with 1 out. Breaking ball, called low, misses the zone, makes the count 1-0. That breaking ball just outside the inside corner, or just off the inside corner. 1-0 the count. Swung on, missed, makes the count even at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out the count with Pierce Hendershot still over there on first. Double play ball is in order. Nick Searce ended the 6th with that. That fastball just couldn't quite get over the plate. Makes the count 2-1 now. Tyler Attal lined to the third baseman and then flew out to center with his 2 previous at-bats. 2-1 count. Swung on. Shallow right field. Gets down there for a hit. Sounded like that bat might have broke also. Not quite sure. So a 1-out hit from Tyler Attal has runners on first and second with 1 out. Up to bat now, number 7, Dimitri Kanalakis. Runners on first and second for him. Dimitri in center field tonight for the Doubledays. Here's the 0-0 to him. And it shows bunt. That pitch is called high outside, though. Pulls back just in time. 1-0 the count. Tyler Attal over there on first. Pierce Hendershot on second. Counts 1-0 here with 1 out. Top of the 7th. Geneva still over Auburn 5-0. 1 ball, no strikes. Here's the 1-0 from Nick Searce. That fastball gets in the zone there for a strike. 1-1 the count now. One ball, one strike, 1 out. Even count now for Dimitri Kanellakis. Dimitri singled in both of his previous at-bats in the 3rd and the 5th inning. So he's 2 for 2. He was caught stealing back in the 3rd for the first out. And then he was left on base back in the 5th. 1 ball, 1 strike. Breaking ball.
Come on, Nick.
Just couldn't quite get it back over the plate, too far inside. Makes the count 2-1. So runners still on first and second. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out the count. Top of the 7th. Here's the 2-1 from Nick Searce. That fastball. Good stop there by Mike Borelli. Fastball was way off the plate out there. Mike got a glove on it. Keeps it in front of him. 3-1 the count now. 3 balls, 1 strike. 1 out to Dimitri Kanellakis. Here's the 3-1. That ball is, the pitch is called the ball, so that makes the bases loaded now with 1 out. Another bases loaded situation for the Red Wings as they find themselves in trouble here again on the top of the 7th. Number 19, catcher Austin Davison steps in with 1 out, bases loaded for the Doubledays. Pierce Hendershot on 3rd, Tyler Attal on 2nd, and then Dimitri Kanellakis on 1st. Here's the 0-0. That fastball called low makes the count 1-0. One ball, no strikes to count. Here it comes. That pitch just misses the outside zone. 2-0 the count. So 2 balls, no strikes, 1 out. Bases loaded. Red Wings in trouble for the 2nd straight inning. Here is the 2-0. That fastball gets right down the middle there for a strike. 2-1 the count. Nick trying to protect this 5-0 Geneva lead over the Doubledays. 2-1, here it comes. Swung and missed. Evens up the count now at 2-2. Nick Searce looking for his 2nd strikeout of the day. Can certainly get it here. Huge spot for the Red Wings. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here it comes. Swung on, fouled, out of play. Doubledays, of course, still in 1st place in the Central Division, while the Red Wings are in 3rd in the West. Red Wings are 4 games out of a playoff spot as we're just a little bit over halfway through the season. As that one's fouled away, out of play again. Still 2-2 by Nick Searce. Two balls, 2 strikes, 1 out the count. So here comes the 2-2. That fastball is high, out of the zone, misses there, 3-2 the count. That ball just a little bit over the lettering on Austin's jersey. And that's a high fastball. Makes the count full now at 3-2. And here it comes. And swung on, another foul. Back behind home plate. Three balls, two strikes. The count still remains full for Nick Surse. He's trying to get the Red Wings out of this tough situation. Second straight inning for the Red Wings. Here's the 3-2. Swung and missed. That's a strikeout. Second strikeout for Nick Surse. That's the second out of the inning. And so with the bases loaded, 2 outs now here for the Doubledays. That strikeout takes away a lot of opportunities for the Doubledays. Up to bat, number 10, Sam Del Colo. He hit a single, was left on base, and then he walked in his second plate appearance. And there's a fastball that hits the low corner for a first pitch strike by Nick Surse. So no balls, 1 strike. Here comes. Swung and miss. Another swinging strike for Nick Surse, and that's 0-2 now. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Here's the 0-2. Fouled away, out of play. Into the netting behind home plate. Got some exciting baseball here, folks. No matter what team you're on, it's exciting to see some high-stakes action. Here comes the 0-2. Foul tipped there. Sam was able to get the tip of his bat on that one. So that second straight foul ball still keeps the count at 0-2. Reminder, top of the 7th. Geneva still over Auburn 5-0. Bases loaded with 2 outs. Here's the 0-2. Another foul tip. Sam Del Colo still trying to find a way to stay alive in this at-bat. No balls, 2 strikes. Still remains the count for Sam Del Colo. Pierce Hendershot on third. Tyler Atoll on second. As that ball's hit out into right field. In comes Nick Forney. Oh! Nick Forney bowled the ball, but a good catch out there by second baseman Dalton Cody saves a run coming across, or multiple. Good heads-up play there by Dalton Cody. Makes the catch for the 3rd out. And the Red Wings get out of another bases-loaded jam. Nick Surse gets some clutch pitching and some great defensive ability by the Red Wings there. Keeps the Doubledays out of the run column. No runs, 1 hit, no errors in that inning. We are on to the bottom of the 7th here in McDonough Park. We'll be right back. So Lachlan Charles leads off here in the bottom of the 7th for the Red Wings. He shows bunt, pulls back in time. First pitch ball. First pitch ball by Carson Gerhardy. A great heads-up defensive snag out there in right field by second baseman Dalton Cody that gets the Red Wings out of this bases-loaded jam in the top of the 7th. As that breaking ball gets inside, hits the zone for a strike. Makes the count even now at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike to count. Here's a 1-1. Swing and a miss by Lachlan. Makes the count 1-2 now. Or excuse me, swing and foul tip. You know, from where we're sitting, folks, we're about a little bit less than ground level. So what appears to be a swing and miss from here might look different from up the press box. And Lachlan looks at a strike. And that's the first out of the inning. So with 1 out now, top of the order, number 14, Phil Bernstein. So he looks at a first pitch ball inside. Phil looks at a breaking ball that hits the low outside corner. Evens up the count now at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. No one on base here in the bottom of the 7th. Phil swings. That ball gets snagged by the second baseman. Not in time. Phil safe at first. So an infield single from Phil Bernstein has him on first with 1 out here in the bottom of the 7th. So 1 out. Infield single from Phil Bernstein brings up number 7 shortstop Brandon Myers. That breaking ball couldn't quite get down enough. That lands high, makes the count 1-0. First pitch ball for Brandon Myers. Here comes the 1-0. That ball's inside, gets away from catcher Austin Davison. And Phil Bernstein finds his way over to second safely on that pass ball. So 2-0's the count. Phil Bernstein on second now. Surely in scoring position. He's quite fast for an outfielder. 2 balls, no strikes. 1 out, here it comes. That breaking ball does get over the plate for a strike. 2-1 the count. Two balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Phil Bernstein on second for Brandon Myers. Shortstop out of St. Bonaventure. Here comes the 2-1. That breaking ball gets the low zone. Looked at by Brandon. Makes the count 2-2 even now. For the Red Wings, bona fide shortstop. Brandon pretty much fulfills that role every game. Here's the 2-2. That ball's swung on right over the pitcher's head as Brandon's out at first, but Phil does advance safely. It looks like Phil stole third. So because that ball was put in play, Phil Bernstein on third with just a sacrifice. Up to bat DH, number 27, Brady Slinger. So he looks at a pitch inside for a strike. 0-1 the count. Brady flew out, he grounded out, and then he hit a single in the 5th. So Brady is 0 for 3, or excuse me, 1 for 3. 0-1 the count. Swing, soft grounder to short. Long throw, not in time. So Brady Slinger with an RBI infield single increases the Geneva lead 6-0 over the Auburn Doubledays with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th. So that RBI single by Brady Slinger increases the lead 6-0. Geneva up now. Number 22, Benjamin Griffin. Brady goes safe at second. That's Brady's first stolen base of the night. And Ben did hold up on his swing there. 1-0 the count with Brady Slinger at second now in scoring position. 1-0. Breaking ball right down the middle there. 1-1 the count. So Ben looks at a ball and then looks at a strike for an even 1-1 count with 2 outs. Brady Slinger over there at second. Here's the 1-1. And swung on. That ball's hard hit out in the right center gap. Brady Slinger comes in to score safely. Ben Griffin heading around second. He's making for third. And Ben slides in and he's safe at third with an RBI triple. So an RBI triple for Ben Griffin. And increases the lead for the Red Wings. They now lead Auburn 7-0 here. So with that 2-out RBI triple by Ben Griffin, came around to score was Brady Slinger. And so Ben Griffin's on third with 2 outs. Up to bat, catcher number 20, Mike Borelli. He hit a single and came to score in the second, and then 2 straight ground outs to short as he swings and pops that one up out of play over the home pavilion. Right out in front of the concession stand here at McDonough Park. So that foul ball has Mike down early 0-1. No balls, 1 strike, the count with 2 outs. Runner in scoring position in Ben Griffin. Geneva increased their lead by 2 runs here in the bottom of the 7th. They now lead Auburn 7-0. Here's the 0-1. Mike holds up his swing. That ball's in the dirt, so the count's 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Folks, some exciting baseball here for these many fans at McDonough Park. We sure hope you're enjoying the action at home as well. So 1-1, 2 out. Mike looks at a ball just outside the zone. 2-1 the count. Two balls, 1 strike. 2 outs for the Red Wings catcher. As he looks at a strike there, evens up the count at 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes. Here it comes. Swing. Soft grounder, foul down the third base line. Head coach Dan Munn couldn't quite hang on to that one. So the count still remains 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes for Mike Borelli. As he swings, popped up high, out of play, over the press box. These little leaguers here at McDonough Park sure have a lot of souvenirs this night. Count still remains 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Number 22 on third. As he swings, another foul. Popped up high out of play that time over the left field lights down the third base line. So Mike Borelli still finding a way to stay alive with an even count at 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Ben Griffin on third. Here comes. Swing. Another foul there by Mike Borelli. And it's always scary when one hits over towards home, towards the home side, down first base side. A lot of the players park over there, including myself. Can't help but be a little fearful. You might find a smashed windshield when we're done here tonight. 2-2. That one swung on, hit hard out to left field. That ball is out of here. The first out of the, oh, excuse me. Off the wall. Almost out of the park. So Mike Borelli made it to second safely. Mike Borelli thought it was out of the park as well. That ball was just barely over the wall. And out comes Carson Gerhardy. His night is done. So there's a pitching change here after that RBI double by the Doubleday, or by Mike Borelli. And so up now, still trying to find the number here for the Doubledays pitcher.
Your attention, please. Now pitching for Auburn, number 17, out of Elmira College, Robert Gruber. Gruber now on the hill for Auburn.
So if you all couldn't hear Spazman, the PA announcer here at McDonough Park, number 17, Robert Gruber, a native of Niagara Falls, a senior at Elmira College, on the mound here to relieve in the bottom of the 7th. So Mike Borelli with an RBI double that ends Carson Gerhardy's night here. Robert Gruber, a 6-foot left-hander, like I said, out of Niagara Falls. He's trying to limit the scoring rally here by the Doubledays after an RBI triple by Ben Griffin. Or excuse me, I'll go in order. An RBI single by Brady Slinger, a RBI triple by Ben Griffin, and then an RBI double from Mike Borelli. Red Wings have scored 3 runs here in the bottom of the 7th. Their lead is now 8 over Auburn Doubledays, 8-0. So if fate was to be concerned, we had a single, a triple, and a double. All we're missing here in this inning is, of course, the home run. We've been missing an out-of-the-park home run all season. Jack DeJohn, of course, with an inside-the-park home run the last time Auburn visited McDonough Park. So both home and away, the Red Wings are still looking for that over-the-fence blast that they need. Red Wings have plenty of hitters that can do it. They just haven't quite done it yet. So with 2 outs still, all 3 of the Red Wings runs in the bottom of the 7th have come with 2 outs. Up now, number 5, Nick Forney. As he swings in the first pitch. Foul. Another one. Dan Munn couldn't quite hang on to. He's 0 for 2 so far in this inning. 0 for 2 for the head coach of the Red Wings. So Nick finds himself down 0-1 to Robert Gruber. Here's the 0-1 to Nick Forney. Breaking ball in the strike zone there. 0-2 now the count. Time call by the batter, Nick Forney. So Nick Forney with an 0-2 count. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Mike Borelli on second. That pitch couldn't quite get back into the strike zone. Out, high and out. 1-2 is the count now. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Mike Borelli on second. Mike certainly a fast catcher, but 1-2 the count. Swing. That ball's hard hit out into left center gap. That's down out there. Mike Borelli makes his way over to third, and he crosses home safely. So Nick Forney with another RBI double for him this year. And the Red Wings now lead 9-0 here in the bottom of the seventh.
Number 38.
So Tom Latham, the third baseman for the Red Wings, 0 for 3 on the night for him. Nick Forney on second with 2 outs. Here's the 0-0. That breaking ball just misses high outside. 1-0 the count. Folks, 4 runs in the bottom of the seventh so far. All came with 2 outs. Pretty interesting to see the Red Wings on the offensive side of that stat. Normally, they are the victim of 2-out base running RBIs. Tonight, they use it to their advantage against the Auburn Doubledays. 2-0 count. Here it comes. Tom holds up his swing. Called the ball in the dirt. 3-0 the count now for Tom Latham. So 3 balls, no strikes, 2 outs. Runner on second in Nick Forney. As that ball's high, almost near Tom's head. And so a 2-out walk has runners on first and second with second baseman number 26, Dalton Cody, up to bat. Dalton Cody steps into the left side of the box. Here's the 0-0 to him. That breaking ball hits the zone there, 1-1 the count. So runners on first and second. Nick Forney on second. Tom Latham on first for Dalton. 2 outs. Here's the 0-1 to him. He swings. That ball's hit softly out into center field. And it's dropped out there. So Nick Forney comes across to score from second. Another RBI in this inning for the Doubledays. For the Red Wings, against the Doubledays.
Number 23.
Jeez.
The hitter, Tom James.
Dalton Cody with an RBI single. And so Geneva now leads Auburn 10-0. Tom James up to bat with Tom Latham on second. Dalton Cody on first. He looks at a first pitch ball. So Tom James, of course, hit that rocket of a double back in the second inning to open up the scoring. As he swings through and misses on that breaking ball. 1-1 the count. Tom, of course, 1 for 3 on his night so far. He calls time at the plate. So Tom Latham still on second. Dalton Cody on first. Dalton, of course, doing a lot for the Red Wings tonight. Tom holds up that swing. That breaking ball misses low outside. 2-1 the count now. So 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs, 2 base runners on first and second for Tom James. Geneva over Auburn 10-0. Still in the bottom of the seventh. As he swings. That ball's high out to left field. That ball is called foul. 3 Doubledays let it drop right in between them. But it is called foul. Just off the left field line. So it was a tough play for all 3 of them to make. Left fielder Tyler Attal, and then shortstop and third baseman all tried to get over there. All 3 let it drop in between them. Foul ball. So that makes the count 2-2 now. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 base runners for Tom Latham. time called here by Tom. Here's the 2-2. As he swings, another one popped foul out of play. A foul ball still keeps the count 2-2 to the tall power bat, Tom James. Tom, of course, from California, UC Davis. Here's the 2-2. That breaking ball just misses the high outside corner. 3-2 the count. So 3 balls, 2 strikes with 2 outs. I'm sure these 2 base runners might be running. 3 balls, 2 strikes for Tom James. Here it comes. He swings. That ball's over to second. Not in time. So that's the 3rd out there in the bottom of the 7th. 5 runs, 6 hits, no errors.
5 runs.
We're on to the 8th. We'll be right back. So we're on to the 8th inning here at McDonough Park. Top of the order for the Doubledays. Number 8, designated hitter, Logan Matson. His home plate umpire cleans off home plate there with his little brush. Logan flew out to the first baseman and then struck out twice, so he's 0 for 3 on his line so far tonight. 6 outs to go for the Red Wings. First pitch ball there by Nick Surse, still on the mound for the Red Wings. Of course, Nick came in to relieve in the 6th. Got out of a bases-loaded jam with a double play. And then, of course, got out of the 7th bases loaded. So that's another low ball, 2-0 the count. 2 balls, no strikes. No outs here for the top of the Doubledays order. Here comes the 2-0. That pitch is in there for a strike. 2-1 the count now. Two balls, 1 strike, no outs. Here it comes. That fastball misses high outside. 3-1 the count. Nick Surse, of course, rotational utility player. You can find him at first. You can, of course, see him in the bullpen here. That one's popped up foul out of play behind the press box. So that makes the count full now at 3-2. Full count for the Doubledays DH. Trying to do something for his team here as they're down 10 runs now. He swings and misses. There's the first out of the 8th. Strikeout number 3 for Nick Searce.
Number 30, shortstop.
2, excuse me.
Griffin O'Farrell.
Strikeout number 2 for Nick Searce. Up to bat now. Number 30, shortstop Griffin O'Farrell. That fastball is in the zone there. First pitch strike by Nick Searce. Excuse me, that was Nick Searce's third strikeout, and that ball's lined out into left field for a base hit. Griffin O'Farrell rounds first, and he heads back there. So a one-out single for the Doubleday shortstop.
Number 33, extra hitter, Brian Norson.
Number 33, extra hitter Brian Norson steps into the right side of the box with one out, runner on first, and Griffin O'Farrell. Double play ball still in order for the Red Wings. No balls, no strikes to count. Here comes the 0-0. Fastball, foul tipped, caught by Mike Borelli. First pitch strike there by Nick Searce. No balls, one strike to count with one out, runner on first. As that fastball just misses low and inside. 1-1 the count now. One ball, one strike, one out. Throw back to first. Soft throw by Nick Searce. Wasn't really trying to get him out there, just kind of random. Hey, I see you over there. It's the best I could describe that anyway. 1-1. Swing and miss. 1-2 now from Nick Searce. As he's looking for strikeout number 4 of the day. Right. Keep him modest. Here's the 1-2. Swing and miss. Strikeout number 4 for Nick Searce. And that's the second out of the inning. So 2 straight strikeouts. Well, a strikeout, a base hit, and then a strikeout. Has 2 outs here in the top of the 8th. 8 strikeouts now for Red Wings pitching in this game. Up to bat, first baseman number 39, Matt Livingston. He struck out. And runner goes. Throw by Mike Borelli. Not in time. Griffin O'Farrell makes his way to second safely with a stolen base. Or excuse me. We have a pinch hitter. I'm just now realizing. Eric Chernetsky up to bat now as he swings through and misses on that fastball. 1-1 the count. Apologize for not realizing sooner, folks. He looks at a ball there. 2-1 the count. 2 balls, 1 strike. Here it comes. Swing and miss. Another swing and miss strike there by Nick Searce. 2-2 the count. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Foul tip caught by Mike Borelli. 3 strikeouts in this inning for Nick Searce. And that's 3 outs there in the top of the 8th. We're on to the bottom here. Geneva still over Auburn. 10-0. We'll be right back. Leading off here in the bottom of the 8th for the Red Wings, Lachlan Charles. He looks at a first pitch ball inside. 1-0 is the count. Lachlan grounded to short, walked in the 5th, and then he struck out in the 7th inning. Here's a 1-0. Another one low inside. 2-0 is the count to Lachlan. Two balls, no strikes. Here it comes. Swing and a miss there by Lachlan. Lachlan wanted that one. He swung hard and he swung far for that one. 2-1's count. Here it comes. Swing. Slow roller out to short. Tough play. And he got him over there at first. Good throw there by Griffin O'Farrell. So, one out. Here comes Phil Bernstein. He looks at a ball in the dirt. 1-0 is the count to him. Phil 3 for 4 in his line so far tonight. So he looks at a strike there. Just hits the low edge. The zone. 1-1's the count. Phil at a double back in the 1st, and then a single in the 5th and in the 7th. That breaking ball hits the high corner there for a strike. Phil's down now on the count, 1-2. Phil is an RBI for him on the night. Back in the 5th inning, that RBI single. Here comes the 1-2. Swing. That ball's hard hit out to right to the right fielder. Tyler Attal. He makes the catch out there for the second out here in the bottom of the 8th. So 2 away. Brandon Myers. So 2 outs, Brandon Myers. Looks at a good breaking ball. First pitch strike there from Robert Gruber. Brandon has a fly out, a line out, a walk, and then a ground out on his line so far. Looks at a ball. 1-1's the count, evens up there. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. No one on base here in the bottom of the 8th. Geneva trying to extend their 10-0 lead over the Doubledays. So he looks at another strike there. Hits the outside middle portion of the plate. 1-2 the count now. Here it comes. Swing. Fouled. Back behind home plate into the netting. Brandon just trying to protect and stay alive in this at-bat. One ball, 2 strikes. That ball, fastball is in the dirt, low. 2-2 evens up the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes for the Red Wings shortstop. So after a strikeout and a flyout, Brandon Myers, 2 outs. Looks at another ball in the dirt. Full count here for the Red Wings shortstop. Three balls, 2 strikes. Here comes the full count pitch. Swung on. Another one fouled. Right off the pavilion. Fans missed that catch. And now a little leaguer. 3-2 pitch. Low in the dirt. So Brandon makes his way over to first with a 2-out walk. So up now with runner on first and 2 outs, DH Brady Slinger. Folks, I'm talking with some with my stat friend, and he tells me that tonight all of the Red Wings batters have reached base at least once. Here's a 1-0. Swung on, hard hit ball out to center field. Tracks it down out there for the third out.
No runs, no hits, no errors. One man left on base.
No runs, no hits, no errors. Geneva still leads Auburn 10-0. We're on to the top of the ninth here. Red Wings just need 3 outs to get out of this one. On to the top of the ninth we go. We'll be right back. So a pitching change here in the top of the ninth, coming in to not save it, but close it for the Red Wings. Number 30, Jackson DeJohn out of St. Bonaventure University. Jackson, of course, you've probably seen him as a catcher or as a DH or EH, but tonight coming in as a pitcher. While he still warms up here for the top of the ninth, we'll be right back. Folks, of course, one thing I can say pregame before Auburn even arrived here at McDonough Park, Jack DeJohn had a little betting contest with head coach Dan Munn and a little thing called fungo golf.
Number 2, third baseman Pierce Hendershot.
If Jack won, he would be pitching in the ninth, and guess what? Here he is. So Pierce Hendershot leading off here in the top of the ninth for the Doubledays. 3 outs to get for Jack DeJohn and the rest of his squad here. Some pretty great defense behind Red Wings pitching today. Only 1 error allowed by either team. Pierce Hendershot facing his teammate on the mound. Here's the 0-0 pitch by Jack DeJohn. Fastball high, misses the zone, 1-0. Here's the 1-0. Breaking ball in the dirt, misses the zone there. 2-0 is the count. Two balls to no strikes, no outs here, starting the top of the ninth. Oh, that ball's inside. Just barely misses Pierce. 3-0 count to Pierce. He walked twice today. Made it to third on both times. Here's the 3-0. Pierce swings and misses on 3-0. Ball fouls off the home plate umpire's mask. Appears to be okay. When Pierce Hendershot has walked twice today, why swing on 3-0? I don't know. His team is down 10. That could be the answer. So that foul tip makes the count 3-1 now. 3 balls, 1 strike. No outs here to start the top of the ninth. Here comes the 3-1 from Jack to John. Swing and miss. Pierce Hendershot late on that fastball. Makes the count full at 3-2. Here comes the 3-2 from Jack. Swung and miss. Foul tip. Caught there by Mike Borelli for the first out. Strikeout number 1 for Jack to John. 10 strikeouts for Red Wings pitching tonight.
Number 23, second baseman Noah Campanelli.
Noah Campanelli, number 23, the second baseman, steps in with 1 out here in the top of the ninth. 4 strikeouts for John Gassler, 5 for Nick Surse, and 1 for Jack to John. As that one's hit high out to the right field, second base. Dalton Cody's out there and makes the catch at second for the second out. So hitting now with 2 outs for the Auburn Doubledays, number 12, Tyler Adel et al. No balls, no strikes to start off to him, of course. No one on base for the Doubledays. They're down to their final out here to try and do something with this 10-run deficit they're in. Breaking ball gets in the zone for a strike. First pitch strike there by Jack to John. So no balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Here's the 0-2. Another breaking ball gets in there. Tyler Tall looks at that one again. 0-2's the count. So the Red Wings have the Doubledays down to their final strike, down to their final out. Here comes the 0-2. Swung on, foul tip back behind home plate. So that foul ball keeps the count at 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. Here comes the pitch. Swung and missed. Strikeout number 2 for Jack to John. Number 11 for the Red Wings as they win this one in 9 against the Auburn Doubledays, 10-0. So, of course, folks, Geneva wins that one over Auburn 10-0. Geneva finished with 13 hits on the nights for Geneva. As they take that one, now they are 3 games back in the Western Division. Geneva surely needed this offensive explosion. Hopefully this gets their bats woken up. They win 10-0 over Auburn Doubledays. They travel to Jamestown tomorrow where they pick up that postponed game. And then they have, of course, the regularly scheduled game. Some info on that. The first game, which will be picked up in the bottom of the 4th inning, will go to the 9th, whereas the second game will only be played to 7 innings. So they travel to Jamestown tomorrow. Be sure to keep an eye out on Jamestown social media for links to a stream or anything like that. And keep an eye on our social media for any updates regarding scoring, weather, all that stuff. So from all of us here at the Red Wings, wanted to thank you. My name has been Nick Marr. It's been a pleasure commentating this wonderful game for you folks tonight. Happy birthday, America. Stay safe. Thank you for traveling. Thank you for looking at this one with us here on July 3rd. We hope you all have a wonderful July 4th tomorrow and celebrate safely and accordingly. Thank you all. Have a great rest of your night. Take care.